Welcome to Positive Philter with your host, Philip Wilkerson, a podcast that focuses on friends, family, health, and career, with a little self-help along the way. Please join me in this journey for self-improvement, and I hope what I have to share will make you a better person, thus making the world a better place. I hope you enjoy the show. I hope you enjoy the show. Hello, people of the world. It's Philip Wilkerson back with another episode of Positive Philter. So we had a very positive reception to the multi-generational leadership series that featured my dad and my son. And so we're going to do a follow-up. Now, unfortunately, Papa, a.k.a. my dad, a.k.a. Colonel Wilkerson, is not joining us, but I have with me one of my special guests. So, Bennett, introduce yourself.
My name is Bennett.
All right. Any more details about yourself that you'd like to share?
No.
All right. That's
I am private to the world.
You're private. But Bennett is my son, and I think he's incredibly smart and very wise. And so this is called, this is part of that series, but now I'm just going to call it Leadership Perspectives from a Kid. And so I'm just going to ask you questions, Bennett, and you just tell me what you think. Don't overthink it. Just, make sure you don't curse. AKA my son doesn't curse. Does he? And, make sure that your stories are positive. But, Bennett, very broad question. What does the word leadership mean to you?
Leadership is someone who takes responsibility for a group of people and stays with them through the good and bad. Who always takes the head of the group when no one else will.
Okay, that's a really good answer. And to your thought, thinking about that example that you just shared, has there already been an experience where you felt like you were a leader?
Maybe my last basketball game.
Tell us a little about that.
So before that game, it was summer league, and sometimes I felt like my team wasn't doing as well. And so I got mad at them, and I realized how messed up that was. So for the past two games, I've been trying to focus on that and work on that. And since last game was the last time we'd play, I decided I'd try and take a leader role instead of like the best player on the team role.
Well, and that's a good point. I think one of the misnomers is best equals leader when it's not the best ability player, it's the person that's doing it. So tell us a little bit about that difference between being, quote unquote, the best player and being a leader and those differences.
The best player who's not the leader is someone who, although they're very good, they don't have that much impact on the players around them. But the leader is someone who not only boosts themselves, but also works with the team around them.
And boost others.
Yeah.
I like that.
That's why you see like the team captain of maybe like a football team isn't always the best player on the team. It's the person who will enhance the other people on the team.
I've seen that. I've seen where they had the little captain, and it's not always the starting quarterback. It could be a lineman. It could be someone else, but because they work really hard and lead people in a different way than their position, right?
Yeah.
So with that being said, you did a very good observation about the difference between being very talented and also being a good leader and pulling up other people. When you thought about that, is there anybody that you've seen, and thinking more about sports-wise, or maybe leadership-wise in the books you read, because you read a lot, where they were that same type of leader that was just more so impactful to other people, not necessarily the best?
Another time that I've seen that?
Mm-hmm. Or any stories you read?
I'm not sure.
That's a hard question. Yeah.
So it's something that I can't just think of off the top of my head.
Okay.
I feel like sometimes a coach can be a leader because
There you go.
even though the coach can get mad at the players, they still try and make the player the better. Like my coach this year.
Yeah, so coaching is a good, that's a good example right there, the coach. Coach could be that. So, think about this. What do you think, because of that, you said impact on other people, not necessarily the best, which is good. What are some qualities then? What makes a good leader in sports or in other things? Like when I say makes a good leader, like work ethic, what kind of words come to mind?
Supportive.
Okay. And how do you show support as a leader?
when like one of the other people does something bad, you instead of getting mad at them, you try and help them get through that failure and work to be better.
So yeah, I like that. So it's not criticizing people.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
just like enhancing them and helping them learn instead of feel bad.
Mm. And when can you know? When do you know if you're doing either one?
I feel like when you're criticizing them, they may put their head down and just
Mm-hmm.
and you know that they don't think about being better. They think about just staying out the way because they might mess up again and they might get yelled at even more.
Yeah, and so that what they start to be afraid, right?
Yeah,
Mm.
afraid of failure. When no one should be afraid of failure.
Have you ever thought about doing? Have you had like a time where you had to do a group project in school?
Yes,
Tell us a little bit about that experience.
that's one time I feel like I should have done better because there was one kid in my group.
We're not saying names, but go ahead.
He would not do anything.
Okay.
No matter how much I asked him and the other person in my group asked him, whenever he did anything, he just like, oh my god, I'm so bad at this. I don't want to do anything. And then he's doing this like anime stuff, watching that, and I'm like, I tried to ask the teacher to please make him help us work on stuff, but it was just so hard, and I feel like no matter what even though when I was trying to encourage him, it still felt like he wasn't doing anything.
That's a really hard leadership lesson. So what happened? Did y'all still all do your work? Did you all get a good grade? How did that
Well, the
turn
thing
out?
is, instead of trying to make him do something that he may not think he's good at, we try to do what he's good. We try to do, and then we helped him with the computer stuff.
So it did have a positive outcome
I mean, yeah, because
because you found out what he was good at.
and with like the computer mechanics and stuff.
So it had a positive outcome.
Yeah, near the end we found that out.
So you found that out during the end. So what would be some lesson you learned about that? Maybe before you start, ask what he was good at so that you knew what to do from the start.
Yeah, kind of like because in a team, like let's say a basketball team, you need to find out what someone's good at to put the positions together and like kind of like put the puzzle pieces together.
Yeah.
Like who's good at dribbling, to
Yeah.
put them at point guard, and like who's good at like having the eye of a point guard, and then maybe who's probably good at dribbling and shooting, but not as good as passing. They should be a shooting guard.
So real quick, what was your role in that group project?
I feel like I was doing most of the research.
Okay, the research guy.
Yeah,
What was some other roles?
I feel like that was like one of my main roles in most group projects.
How did you decide on that? How did y'all come to that was your lane? How did you know that was your lane was the research side?
Because like in most like projects where I do myself, I feel like I really strive in all the research and stuff.
Looking up stuff?
Yeah,
Okay.
and finding sources
Oh, okay.
like Britannica School.
So that was your lane. Were you the vocal one? Did you tell other people what to do, or y'all kind of decided together?
I feel like I was one of the more vocal ones, but we all decided on something together.
Gotcha. Like a little consensus.
Yeah, like a vote. Since there was three, there would always be someone who would. There would always be like one side who would win. There's no like ties.
Oh, it was a group of three. It was a three-group
Yeah.
person? Wow. And so you had to make sure that you all equally did your stuff or find ways that you all contributed. But it took a little bit of, you had to work through a problem to identify what everyone was good at. All right. Well, this is a good, quick little 10-minute. We're about to 10 minutes. Bennett, we're going to have another episode with Paw Paw, but what do you have anything you want to say? You know, this is the floor is yours. Just say anything random, ask about something, talk about something, whatever. This is yours. You can ask me a question, whatever.
I feel like when did you find out that like a career services was your lane?
Was my lane? Oh, that's a good one. When did I find out? I think I found out that this was my lane when I was in school. I went to George Mason to get my master's, and while I was at George Mason, I had to do an internship, and I did it at the Career Center. And when I did it at the Career Center, that's when I found out I like working in higher ed. So I found out I liked it way back in 2011.
That's really cool.
But then I liked it more when I worked here in 2017. It's like a cat. There's a sound thing, and my son's messing with it. All right. Well, this has been a great little quick episode. we're going to come back, as I said earlier. Stop. Chill, Bennett. Chill. We're going to come back with another episode later on, this leadership lessons. We'll have Pawpaw, a.k.a. my dad, a.k.a. Colonel Wilkerson on here. As I said earlier online on Facebook, if you like these little mini-series of leaderships across generation with me, my dad, and my son, please leave us some questions, some things you want to share so that we can, use those questions about leadership topics. This has been a great episode, just something to do during the summer, and we really appreciate you. So thank you for listening. Thank you for being loyal to the Positive Philter podcast, and we'll holla at you later. Oh, sorry. And additionally, every episode is dedicated to the memory of Jeff Kirsch, my late father-in-law. So please consider donating to the Jeff Kirsch Anti-Hunger Fund. And additionally, if you're a member of the Mason Nation, please consider submitting a Pats for Patriots to show kindness. That helps. Also, give this episode a like, subscribe, review. That helps elevate the podcast. And we're out. Thank you for listening to Positive Philter, a podcast that focuses on family, friends, career, with a little self-help along the way. If you enjoyed this podcast, please share it with your family and friends, and like the Facebook page, Spreading Positivity of Movement. Thanks for listening.